So Chris Minns speaking, also alongside the Police Commissioner and Police Minister in New South Wales.
Respectfully, during this visit and over the coming days, there is an obligation on the New South Wales government, and I think everybody, to protect mourners, the president of another country, protesters, as well as regular Sydney-siders who will just be going about their daily life on a busy Monday afternoon. It's really important that there's no clashes or violence on the streets in Sydney, and so our clear message is, in an unambiguous way, that we're hoping that people can remain calm and respectful during that presidential visit. We can disagree without it resorting to clashes or violence on Sydney streets. In fact, that would be devastating for everybody, regardless of your cause. New South Wales Police will have a massive policing presence on Monday afternoon. We reiterate our call that if you don't need to be in Sydney CBD on Monday afternoon, unless it's absolutely essential, we ask that you not stick around in that area. We know that that's an inconvenience for some people, but there'll be an enormous number of New South Wales police. There will be protesters, there will be mourners, and there's a presidential visit also taking place. My hope is that reasonable people recognise that under these circumstances, with the presidential visit to Australia, reasonable restrictions have been put in place to avoid conflict on Sydney streets. That's the reason that we've made the decisions that we've made up to this point. And it's also the reason why Minister Camper has made a special events declaration for the duration of the President's visit to New South Wales. It's in a limited area for a limited time, but we believe it's absolutely essential so that there's a clear and unambiguous area by which the major designation applies, and that police have the resources to move somebody on if they're acting in a disorderly way during this presidential visit. As I said, we believe it's crucial to keep the public safe during this period of time. I know that New South Wales Police are negotiating with the protest organisers. I can report that as of today, unfortunately, there's no agreement on an alternative protest path, which I think is unfortunate, but obviously up to the protest organisers whether they take up that opportunity or not. We can't make them do it. But I want to make it clear that an option was available to the protest organisers to march from Hyde Park North along College Street through to the other parts of the city with obviously a police escort and designation. Now, I believe that would have been a reasonably straightforward alternative route. It would have dramatically lowered the tensions in the city. It's a prominent place in the middle of Sydney CBD. It would have been a clear way of, I think, demonstrating that there's protests that can take place and are taking place, but also a respectful way of ensuring that those who are in the city who are mourning after the worst terrorism event in the country's history won't be, subject to a confrontation on Sydney streets. So far, that opportunity hasn't been taken up, but New South Wales Police will continue to negotiate with the protest organisers right up until the last moment, and we hope that common sense prevails. This is about balancing the right to protest alongside the understandable responsibility of the New South Wales government and the police to protect the visiting head of state, as well as mourners, as well as protesters and regular Sydney-siders who are going about their job on a Monday afternoon. We're trying to get that balance right. We're asking for people to show some respect and calm as we get through the next 4 days.